Hello everybody, with this video we will share the guitar gear news of the last month. Let's start. First of all, Mesa Boggie has released the brand new Mark VII amp. The Mark series can be considered the flagship series of amps from Mesa Boggie, and we are now at iteration number 7. Originated on early 70s and evolved till now, this could be considered an amp to rule them all, as it can be used for multiple styles, and many situations. Mesa says that it is too excellent to simply call it the 6, therefore they jump a generation of amps, going directly from the Mark V to the Mark VII. It's a 3 channels, 90 watt, all-tube amp, in 3 formats. An head, a combo, and a rack mount head. The Mark VII includes more than 20 controls on the front panel, which are a lot. And in fact, this amp is designed to be flexible and to be adapted to many different styles of music, also including tones from the Mark IIB, 2C and 4. It has 4 6L6, 512AX7 and the bias can be switched to EL34 via a toggle switch. The power amplifier can be scaled down at 45 and 25 watts, thanks to the included attenuator. We also have an headphone output on the back for quiet practicing. As I said, the Mark VII has 3 channels. That are: Channel 1 for clean fat and crunch tones. Channel 2 for fat and crunch, and Channel 3 for the Mark IIB, 2C and Mark IV. Therefore, basically the third channel replicates circuits from Mark IIB, Mark IIC and Mark IV. In addition to the controls for the channels, the Mark VII offers the famous Mesa Boggie 5-band graphic EQ, which allows to shape even further your tone. There is also an individual reverb for each channel. On the back of the amp there are the connections for the cabinets, the line out, the headphone out, an effect loop, MIDI, and a selectable cab clone box with 9 presets. Well, a pretty rich set of outputs, in line with what a modern amp should offer. It's not cheap, as the prices are $34.99 for the head and the rack, and $37.99 for the combo. Okay, a very cool amp. I want to buy it, and I'm in Europe. Let's try with some web shops. I would try Thomann. Mesa Boggie. Well, nothing. Let's check out Music Productive. Mesa Boggie. Nothing. Okay, now Andertons. Still nothing. Wow. Let's now check out the Mesa Boggie website. Let's try to shop it from there. Well, they can send it only in American countries. Mesa Boggie, please tell me. How am I supposed to purchase your amps? None of them is available in Europe. I love your amp. I have a Lone Star here in my studio and a very old caliber 50. I feel kind of Mesa does not want European clients. It's very sad, honestly, and I'm a little bit disappointed. Please let me know your opinions in the comments section below. Okay, we cannot buy real Mesa amps, but well, we have plugins, and actually Neural DSP has just released the Mesa Boggie Mark II C Plus suite. If you want more info, you can check out my demo review following the link in the card above. Then we have an email sent by Neural about the development of the functionalities that allow to use Neural DSP plugins inside the Quad Cortex. Let's read together some extracts from the email.
I want to take a moment to address the delay in delivering the promised updates to our plugins to include plugin compatibility for Quad Cortex. I understand this has been a frustrating experience, and I apologize for the inconvenience we have caused. I also want to address the status of native Apple Silicon compatibility. As we develop new products, the platforms, frameworks, and methods we use also evolve. Rebuilding older code can often be challenging due to these factors, and adding updates that seem trivial usually requires remaking a significant portion of the product to be compatible with the latest tools. Plugin compatibility requires a lot of work. Embedded systems and architectures differ significantly from x86 processors and consumer computers in general, which means code needs to be ported to ensure optimized performance on the Quad Cortex. Our software teams have prioritized porting our plugins at full speed while only a handful of our team members remain working on new products. In light of this, We have decided to prioritize making all of our plugins native Apple Silicon compatible. A large portion of our development will halt work on other projects to expedite this, and we hope to deliver the updates within the next couple of months.
Now, I totally understand the needs of Neural to give priority to the developments where they think there is the best value for them or their clients. What sounds strange to me is that they have basically developed the Quad Cortex with the plugin feature in mind, and actually if I had such an objective I would design the Quad Cortex already capable to handle plugins. It does not make too much sense for me to develop a new device and then rewrite the code to add a functionality that was programmed at the beginning. Let's say I want to build my own recording studio and I can build it from scratch. Well, I would design it to have the perfect measurements for my needs. I don't think I would build a studio to then change the walls as the furniture does not fit, or its acoustic design is poor. What your opinions? Please share them in the comments section below. Another cool news is that we have a release date for the new BluGuitar Amp X. The Amp X could be a pretty revolutionary device, as it should provide us the flexibility of the digital platform with an all-analog approach. I mean, the analog circuitry is configurable, so that it can imitate many different amps, which is a very cool concept. AmpX is, at its core, a 100% analog amp design, allowing us to edit and save analog circuit parameters at a component level, like a virtual soldering iron. The same applies to speaker simulations, pedals, effects. In this case, they are analog or digital, depending on which technology is superior for the respective effect. AmpX will allows us to have the chance to download new sounds and install them on our AmpX. Basically we can download a digital set of data that changes the analog circuit parameters of the amp, which is very cool. So, which is the release date? Well, July 25, 2023. Honestly, I can't wait. This seems to be a very cool design with interesting new ideas, that I'm really curious to try out and bring it to the channel. And now a pretty interesting news. HeadRush has released the HeadRush Prime, which is an high-end amp modeling pedalboard based on Revolver platform algorithms, that can be considered the successor of the 2017 HeadRush pedalboard. Among the main new features, I would mention: first, a vocal processor with Antares auto-tunes algorithms. Second, an amp capturing features, following the trend of the moment, where basically profiling is becoming a must-have feature in these kind of devices. Furthermore, it has a direct Wi-Fi connection to the HeadRush cloud for clone sharing, preset sharing, and firmware updates. It also offers Bluetooth audio connectivity for playing along with mobile devices, a 7-inch touchscreen and 12-foot switches with customizable OLED scribble strip display screens. In terms of I/O, it has an XLR mic input with phantom power, a guitar input, an AUX in, a stereo FX loop via TRS cables, for integrating external FX pedals or to use the 4-cable method with your existing amps. It also has an output to toggle channels or turn reverb on and off of an external amplifier. It has 2 XLR outputs with switchable ground lift, 2 TRS output switchable between amp or line level, a headphones out and MIDI input and output. It can serve as a 6x4 USB audio interface at up to 24-bit and 96 kHz. Among the cons I would mention, first, that the pedalboard is pretty big and heavy at 7.5 kilos. Second, the cab section is pretty poor, where basically you cannot change the position of the mic across the cab, but only if it is on axis or not, which is a bummer. The last cons I would mention, is that as far as I understood, there is no computer app available. As you know, in home recording situations, I think it is better to have everything on the screen of our computer, instead of having to reach out to the pedalboard to change a parameter. All in all, I would say that no feature is particularly groundbreaking here. What is interesting is the overall amount of features and versatility of the unit, at a fair price point, I would say, compared for instance with a Quad Cortex or an Helix floor. Please, let me know your opinion in the comments section below. That's all for the today news. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and ring the bell and see you soon. Bye bye.